Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the 132nd Annual Commencement Ceremony, and thank you for attending today's festivities as we celebrate the graduation of these 72 seniors. Parents, relatives, and friends, I speak on behalf of these seniors graduating today when I say thank you. Without your encouragement, support, and direction, the life journey for these new graduates would have been more difficult and less rewarding. Thank you for your support of this school, but mostly for the support of these students. Before we move on, graduates, please assist me in a round of applause for your network of support. To the class of 2022, I say congratulations. It's been a long time coming, and you're finally here. As I stated on Friday, this is a big day today. Look around. See all of those that care about you here today, honoring you. It is truly a day to celebrate. Seniors, your years together have been challenging, especially the last few, and they've been rewarding. This has been a journey that you will never forget, and it's been an honor watching you grow from new freshmen to the young adults that you've become. Each graduating class has its own personality, and your class is no different. Please know that you will be missed. After today's ceremony, you will embark on another life journey, a fantastic, unforgettable voyage that will test you each and every day. It'll test your beliefs, your skills, your resilience, and your courage. This life expedition will giveth and taketh, and much of the time when you least expect it. Yet in the end, your journey will show you who you really are, who you were meant to be. It will show you your place in this world. There is no doubt in my mind that this class, the class of 2022, will be successful wherever your paths take you. You've accomplished great things and will continue to be successful in future endeavors. I have no doubt about it. And in watching you grow over the last few years, I have to say I'm proud of you. You've had fun when you're supposed to have fun, and you've led when we've needed you to lead. And we needed your leadership and resilience over the last few years. Thank you to you, the class of 2022. I'll end with this. A quote from Steve Jobs. Remember, your time is limited, so don't waste it on living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. You've got this. I know you'll continue to lead as you've always done. Follow your dreams and don't stop until you reach them. Take chances, learn from your wins, and especially from your losses, and always, always believe in yourself, as you are the only one that you'll ever need to measure up to. This is your life and you are living it. Go out, live, and find out who you were meant to be. Your successes are inevitable. Congratulations to you and your family on this momentous day. Congratulations to the Laker class of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brad Sellner.
I didn't always need these glasses, but this is my 13th year as superintendent, so as time goes on. Good afternoon, graduates, parents, family members, and guests. On behalf of the school board, the staff of Howard Lake-Waverly-Winsted Public Schools, I'd like to welcome you all to this afternoon's graduation ceremony for the class of 2022. As superintendent of schools, it's been an honor and a privilege for me to be a part of our graduates' journey. Today we celebrate the outstanding accomplishments of these 72 graduates. To say that these graduates have been through a lot in the last 4 years would be an understatement. Just 4 years ago, they entered high school as freshmen, full of eagerness, excitement, and maybe even a little bit of nerves, not knowing what to expect or what was to come over the next 4 years. But they made their way through their first year learning about what it took to study, how to get involved, and to try out all the new activities and events that would come with being a high schooler. As sophomores, they took what they learned as freshmen, having grown through some trials and tribulations, and they became more comfortable with their high school experience, continuing to grow and mature as young adults. And even though the school year ended with the entire world facing the challenges of COVID, and they had to learn and experience what we would all come to know as distance learning, they met that adversity head on, and learning and growing not only as students, but as individuals. Now, as juniors, they headed into a school year filled with much uncertainty and change. And together with their teachers, either by their side or as near as possible through Google Meet or Zoom sessions, they experienced a school year filled with mask wearing, alternating day schedules, more distance learning, social distancing, modified block schedules, and shortened sports seasons, all wrapped together with continued health protocols, restrictions, and quarantines. And while at some point they may look back and say that one of the best parts of that year was that they were able to start their school day later and were able to sleep in a little bit longer, they learned a lot about themselves and how they could overcome challenges. And then as seniors, while they returned for their final year as high schoolers under circumstances much closer to the norm, the challenge of returning to the norm, and I'm sure they would agree, meant getting back to hard work and dedication that it took to be in school every day, attending all of their classes, and grinding through full sports and activity seasons. But yet, I'm sure they would also agree that the hard work and effort that they have given this year has all been worth it in helping them reach their goals and culminating in this graduation ceremony today. As teachers and mentors, family members, and friends, we look back on what they've experienced and what they've overcome, full well understanding how those experiences has not only molded them into who they are, but more importantly, how they will take those experiences and become our future doctors and nurses, teachers and professors, farmers and factory workers, business executives and entrepreneurs, policemen and firefighters, scientists and inventors, and most importantly, the future leaders of our world. Congratulations to the graduates. Take pride in what you have accomplished and always remember that the life lessons you've learned along the way have taught you that the habits of hard work and effort will serve you well. To the graduating class of 2022, it is my pleasure to be the first to wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Sellner, for your wise words. At this time, the Board of Education Vice Chairman, Mr. Paul Bravinder, would like to address the class of 2022.
Good afternoon. I'd like to start out by thanking a few people. First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Mix for the many years that he's been here, and we wish him well. And he's been a great presence here in this school. Some may think so, some may think not, but I would just like to thank him for all the years that he has given and dedicated to this school district. Let's give him a round. Next, I'd like to thank the teachers and the administration. For over the past few years, as Mr. Sellner discussed, it has been not an easy one, not an easy road, not an easy journey. And they have persevered and have done a very good job, in my opinion, as a board member. I'd like to thank the parents and the caregivers of these wonderful graduates. These are the product of what you have done. Thank you very much for what you have done. And lastly, I'd like to thank you, class of 2022. I had numerous things in my speech that Mr. Sellner already took, so I'm going to scratch that. Take care of that. But some of the things that you have learned, he was correct over the last couple of years. The things that you've learned is going to make you a better person. It's made you more educated, whether you wanted to or not. You're going to be able to go into whatever vocation, whatever school, whatever you do next, you're going to be able to help that professor or help that business owner, whomever it is, with their technology because you had to learn technology by yourself. And it's not easy, but again, you persevere. Thank you very much. What you do after today is up to you. It is not up to anyone else around you. This is your time to shine. This is your time to make the decisions. Some will take this and relish it and love it, doing what you can do. Others will be apprehensive and scared. Know that there are going to be people around you that can help. All you have to do is ask them to help. That's all I ask you to do. As I came in, I was trying to think of different quotes. Again, Mr. Mix took the one I had, so I have to turn the page over. But when I came into the school today and I read the one from Mahatma Gandhi that says, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." One of the things I shared with a couple of graduates this year is that you can make the difference. No matter what it is, big or small, it doesn't matter. Some of you are going to be phenomenal doctors, scientists, what have you. Some of you are going to be great caregivers. Some of you are going to be wonderful parents. It doesn't matter what you do, but know that you can make a difference in whatever you do. Because that's what it's about. It's about change after today. And you have that key. I'm so proud of that. I was in your chair 42 years ago. Here, not in this gym, but in the other gym that's no longer there. Or it's there, actually, but the school's no longer there. I had no idea that I would be on the school board this many years later, and I was probably one of the last people that would have wanted on the school board. But I'm very proud of this district. Proud of what you have done this past year and the last few years, no matter what, but every class that comes through here. And when I see the people that are coming in and how you respect each other and what you do for one another, it makes my heart good. So thank you very much. So on behalf of the Howard Lake-Waverly School Board, Howard Lake-Waverly-Winsted, School Board, I congratulate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bravinder. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please help me welcome the Howard Lake-Waverly-Winsted High School Band under the direction of Miss Stephanie Daly as they play Down in the River. Thank you, Miss Daly, and the band sounded excellent as always. And while our seniors make their way back to their seats, up next is our salutatorian of the class of 2022 with his speech, Mr. Caleb Karg.
This good? Okay, yeah, okay. Hello, community and students. I am Caleb Karg, and it's an honor for me to be standing here before you. I feel honored to be salutatorian because I put in a lot of work these past 4 years, but I didn't realize that meant that I would have to do even more work than everyone else besides Ashlie, because everyone else got to be done the last day of school while I got stuck writing a speech. Now, I don't want to take up too much of your time, because I know there are some grad parties after this, so I'll try to be brief. Today is graduation day. Today is a day that has been anticipated for many years. Today is monumental. Today is a day that I always knew would come, but one that I never thought would happen. For me, today is surreal, because today cements the graduating class's place into the adult world. I would like to thank all the parents and siblings, the coaches and fans, and the students and faculty, not only on behalf of myself, but also on behalf of all the graduating students that we are honoring today. You have all been here for us through the best and the worst, supporting us and making sure that we were able to keep going. Each and every one of you has built and provided a foundation for us to rest on and build off of. You have helped differentiate between wrong and right, modeled what it means to be an adult, and now I send us off to do the same for future generations. Your impact on my life, on our lives, is something that can never be repaid, and I thank you for that. I've been attending the Lake-Waverly-Winsted School District since I was in kindergarten, and my mom taught right across the hall from me. Through the past 12 years, many students have come and gone, and I have seen and made a lot of memories. When we all came together on the first day of 5th grade in a 100-year-old building with no AC, caving ceilings, and a dungeon that I never did get to explore, that was the day that this all started. The day that the Winsted gang and the Waverly gang coincided together, and the class of 2022 was fully one. People started connecting and making new friends, and that led to new experiences, new ideas, and new memories to be made. We were all super cringy in middle school, and I'll admit, I was too. I was kind of an idiot, and it seemed every other week a new fad swept through, captivating our attention. In 6th grade, everybody was dabbing, and unfortunately, even Mr. Punchger did. And as time progressed, people became captivated by the eraser challenge, the cinnamon challenge, and fidget spinners. In 7th grade, it seemed people were trying to get pencils stuck in the ceiling in every class. I remember sitting in pre-algebra, and Zeke threw up a pencil, it stuck in the ceiling, and with impeccable timing, the fire alarm went off. And when Mrs. Kners asked how did it get up there, what did Zeke say? I dropped it. Zeke's ambitious theatrics did not cease there as in 9th grade a petition was made. What was that petition for? Well, with enough signatures, Zeke would vow to eat Yonk's AirPods. Don't ask me how he planned to gain them out. I don't want to know, and I would like for that to stay that way. Luckily, we never had to find out as Mr. Burney appeared from thin air and put an end to it. Honestly, I was looking a little forward to it for the past few weeks, so I was a little disappointed. I'd rather have Zeke not go into cardiac arrest or an AirPod clogging an artery. Although Mrs. Thrasher almost went into cardiac arrest when Isaac rode in a couch for choir. It may have been old, it may have been free. Oh, it may have been old, it may have been musty, but it was free and it was beautiful. There have been many fantastic memories throughout many years together, but not all memories have been quite as pleasurable. Every day we came to the school this year wondering if there would be soap in the bathroom or if we'd have to hold everything in until we got back home that day. Luckily, the bathrooms didn't stink because of that, but the senior hallway this year definitely did, as people played locker tag with food dispersing fermenting remnants, leaving a cloud of stench in the hallway like a permanent morning fog. Or maybe perhaps on the way back from the band and choir trip to Texas, when a certain individual that will remain unnamed spilled his drink on the bus's main computer and fried the AC in the hot Texas heat. You know who you are. However, the hardest memory this year is the passing of Faith Drussel. Faith was a student that tended to be more in the background, behind the scenes, but she was not a student that wouldn't have noticed. She battled her own struggles, and her condition set her apart from her other students. But that did not mean that she was loved, treated, or heard any less. Faith was, and she is, an important part of our graduating class, and she will never be forgotten. With the time that I have left, I should offer a little bit of wisdom an 18-year-old can offer. Not to be cliche, but we're entering into a new world. A new world that will yield new experiences and new dilemmas that will impact how we shape and form our individual reality. My favorite song lyrics are, and I could sing them for you, and I know Mrs. Thrasher wants me to, but I won't. They're, my life is like a doctor's handwriting. It's really hard to read and oftentimes frightening. To be blunt, sometimes life is going to suck. Maybe a lot of times. But there will be countless tough experiences and choices that will be thrown at you and at us. But the outcome of these experiences are dependent on the choices you make, the way you act, and who you are. Possibly one of the most important things I've learned through my so long and impactful 18 years of life is simply be you. Be yourself. Outcomes tend to be better, you don't hold on to the past as much, and you tend to be happier with what is. Because you're not necessarily living up to the expectations of someone else, just yourself, and it's easier to cope with your own shortcomings. It sounds extremely simple, but it really isn't. It takes a great deal of mental strength and maturity, and I'm still working on it and learning to let go. Maybe some of you already have it figured out, but I can bet there are a lot of people in this gym that probably don't quite know what I'm talking about. As social creatures, we tend to care a lot about what other people think of us and how we portray ourselves to the world, because we just want to be accepted and we want things to go well. Unfortunately, we also tend to be harsh critics of ourselves because we care so much about wanting things to go well that we hide our true selves. Because we see ourselves as not good enough and mimic what we believe the standard to be. But that doesn't really get you anywhere and just creates anxiety. The harsh reality is, you are good enough, and you are more than good enough. The most courageous and authentic thing you could possibly do is just be yourself. Don't be afraid to throw yourself out there. People will gravitate towards that, and good things will come. Like the things you like without a care in the world. Do what you want to do and what makes you happy. Not always what other people think you should do and expect from you. Because the most refreshing behavior for you and other people is being true to who you are. Holding on to your morals, your values, and being confident in yourself. You'll come out of experiences feeling better and not think about what could have been. The key is to learning to trust in yourself and not hold back because you don't want to be judged wrongly. Odds are people don't care as much as you think they do, and you cannot match yourself to another person just as much as they cannot match themselves to you. Each and every one of us in this room today is a miracle. And why would you want to keep a miracle to yourself? I've learned that if you want something, you have to be the one to take it. If you wait, someone else who wants it more will. Every chance you watch slip by is one less chance left until there are none. Time has no biases and is not forgiving. Think about what's important to you, who you want in your life, and what you would do for them. What would you sacrifice? Take a stand. Take a shot in the dark. Take charge of your life. And if you fail, that's one of the best things that could possibly happen. And it seems backwards, but failure is the foundation for success. Failure is a teacher, and it shows you what not to do, how not to do it, and gives you the chance to do it again, and get it right. You cannot be a master of something without knowing the right and wrong way to do it. But there's a difference between failing and doing something over and over again the same way. That's just insanity, and it's unmotivating. When you fail, take a breath and remember why you're doing it. The future is hard to predict, and I think every senior knows that now after playing the stock market game and the economy. But if there's one thing that you can be sure of is that there will be failures. But the cool thing about anticipating something is that you can be ready for it and you will know how to deal with it. You'll know how to grow from it and become a better person as a result. We are a community, we are a family, we are the graduating class of 2022 from Lake-Waverly-Winsted, and we are going to step out into the world and show everyone just what we can do. Thank you, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.
Thank you, Mr. Karg. For your enjoyment, please welcome our concert choir under the direction of Ms. Zan Thrasher as they sing Loch Lomond and You Raise Me Up.
restless heart beats so imperfectly.
But when you come and I am filled with wonders, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. Raise me up so I can stand on mountains. Raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
I am strong when I am on your
Shoulders, you raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
There we go. Well, as always, that was wonderful. Thank you again, concert choir. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the class of 2022 valedictorian, Miss Ashlie Lamphere.
Good afternoon. I'm going to try to follow up to Caleb's great speech, but I'll try my best. Thank you, Principal Mix and Superintendent Sellner, and thank you to the band and choir for the great music. Good afternoon, teachers, parents, fellow students, friends, and family. I am Ashlie Lamphere, the valedictorian of this year's graduating class. I am truly honored to have been chosen to deliver this speech and standing in front of you all on this memorable day. I first want to start by saying thank you to those who have helped me through these past 4 years. I would not have been as confident to deliver this speech if not for you. My family has kept me going, and my friends have kept me smiling, even when the school year was tough. But this speech isn't about me, it's about them, the class of 2022. This class is bold, brilliant, and bright. Say that 3 times fast. But seriously, they have inspired me and definitely kept things interesting all these years. I remember when Isaac Bussey brought an old couch into the school, snatched right off the side of the road. Somehow he got people to sit on it. I don't know how. I'm also sure I can speak for my whole class when I mention the trauma of the freaking air horn blarings and mind maps of freshman year. This year has been full of both ups and downs, but it has really demonstrated that this class has a strong bond. Fun senior privileges such as eating outside or watching Footloose at the Chanhassen Dinner Theater are good memories to look back on. We've experienced loss. Faith Dressel will always be in our hearts. Mrs. Daly has left such an impact on me, and I will never forget her. And just as we are leaving the school, Mr. Mix is taking his next step into the journey as well as other teachers. This class has gone through full and hybrid forms of distance learning and still managed to come out strong, mostly, and sit here today to receive their diploma at last. As Lily Tomlin once said, the road to success is always under construction. Looking back, these past 4 years has taught us well and taught us great memories. Our teachers have helped us greatly and our parents have supported us the whole way. But now, the rest is up to us. We won't get the opportunity to redo a job interview or revise a credit card statement. And all right, sorry, I see those looks. But these things are the things that we have to do on our own now, for the most part, with help. Finally, I want to remind you all, my fellow graduates, of one important message. If you were dozing off for the last few minutes, that's okay, I guess. But now I would like for you all to pay attention. If not, Mr. Schmidt just might be ready with his air horn. I want you all to imagine yourselves achieving what you've always wanted, always dreamed of, no matter if it's a simple thing or a very complex thing. Think of the joy it will give you and the pride you will have of finally getting it. Now, I want you to tell yourself that you are capable of doing it and really believe that. Each and every one of you has the potential to be successful. Some of you will go on to 4 years of college. Some of you will go right into working or spend 2 years of training to be a welder or a mechanic. I know some of you are going into the military, which is awesome. And I also know that some of you will be choosing to take a gap year or working, and that's also awesome. You see, it doesn't matter if you had the best or the worst grades in high school. What really matters now is what you do next and how you plan to do it. We only get one shot of life, so make that one matter. Michael Altschulter once said, "The bad news is time flies. The good news is that you're the pilot." So go out there and fly the plane. To wrap this up, I would like to say congratulations to the class of 2022. We have finally made it. It has been one long journey and one that we will never forget. Thank you for your time and attention, and it has been an honor speaking with you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we'll be awarding over $58,000 in scholarship money to the class of 2022. At this time, would the 7 members of the Scholarship Foundation please step forward to present scholarship envelopes. Before we award the scholarships, we would like to recognize the sponsors who make these scholarships possible. These community scholarships come from the generosity of many local families, local civic organizations, local businesses, and individual contributors. It's their sincere belief that education does make a difference in the quality of life for both the individual and our communities. For those sponsors that are here at graduation today, would you please stand so we can thank you for your investment into the graduates and their futures. If you're here, please stand. Right. Give a round of applause. Graduates, as well as our underclassmen, please remember to take time to thank these people when you see them in our community for their investment in you and your classmates. You may wish to follow along in your program. And finally, please hold all of the applause until all the scholarships have been awarded. Our first scholarship is the Brad Barth and Sonny Seifert Memorial. There are 6 recipients: Taylor Kriesel, Ariana Paul, Preston Helgeson, Andrew Foshing, Brandon Katuria, and Ezekiel Reamer. The Jody Ray Schmieg Memorial, there is one recipient. The recipient is Lydia Montgomery. The Phyllis Main Memorial, there's 3 recipients. Lindsay Nowak, Evelyn Lockemeyer, and Shelby Dolly. The Reset Nygaard Munoz Scholarship, there are 3 recipients. Recipients are Haley Bauman, Haley Johnson, and Jay Stokes. The Schaefer Memorial, the Schaefer Family Memorial, there are 2 recipients. The recipients are Shelby Dolly and Ezekiel Carls. The Stephen Heber Friendship Scholarship, there is 1 recipient. The recipient is Amelia Luke. The Chris Addicks Memorial, there is 1 recipient. The recipient is Ashlie Lamphere. The Robbie Hickman Memorial, there is 1 recipient. The recipient is Garrett Bechtold. The Gilmer Holtz Memorial, there are 2 recipients. The recipients are Abigail Larson and Amelia Luke. The Jody Allen Diedrich Memorial, there is 1 recipient. The recipient is Elizabeth Gutron Salomon. The Dolly and Hannah Moy Healthcare Scholarship, there are 2 recipients. The recipients are Brooke Bauman and Caleb Karg. The Al LePage School Spirit Scholarship, there's 1 recipient. The recipient is Amelia Luke. The Kurt and Mary Levang Legacy Scholarship, there are 3 recipients. The recipients are Lydia Montgomery, Ethan Feeke, and Drew Baru. The Madison Cleve Memorial, there's 1 recipient. The recipient is Lily Bobrowski. The Ryan Pettit Memorial Scholarship, there's 1 recipient. The recipient is Ethan Feeke. The Tinber Dahlberg Conservation Scholarship, there's 1 recipient. The recipient is John Fairchild. The Neil and Carol Seidine Legacy Scholarship, there are 4 recipients. The recipients are Ashlie Lamphere, Melanie Jetson, Rachel Jetson, and Lydia Montgomery. The Mike and Wanda Ganyu Family Scholarship, there's 1 recipient. The recipient is Carolyn Reamer. The Terry and Art Sherping Memorial Scholarship, there are 3 recipients. The recipients are Rachel Jetson, Chance Greeter, and Drew Baru. The Todd Matheson Memorial Scholarship, there are 2 recipients. The recipients are Emma Matheson and Anastasia Cardinal. Van Haas Business Owner Scholarship, there are 2 recipients. The recipients are Brooke Olin and Ezekiel Carls. The HLWW Teachers Association Scholarship, there's 1 recipient. The recipient is Ashlie Lamphere. Citizen State Bank of Waverly Scholarship, there's 1 recipient. The recipient is Caleb Karg. The Flagship Insurance Scholarship, there's one recipient. The recipient is Samara Gutron Salomon. The Blue Note Scholarship, there are two recipients. The recipients are Ariana Paul and Evelyn Lockemeyer. Solace Counseling Services of Delano Scholarship. There is one recipient. The recipient is Ariana Paul. The Pursuit of Knowledge Scholarship. There is one recipient. The recipient is Abigail Larson. The Howard Lake Lions Scholarship. There are two recipients. The recipients are Lily Bobrowski and Emma Matheson. The Waverly Lions Scholarship. There are three recipients. The recipients are Caleb Karg, Chance Greeter, and Garrett Bechtold. The Waverly Fire Department Scholarship. There are two recipients. The recipients are Amelia Luke and Kiera Sharon. The Winstead Lions Scholarship. There are two recipients. The recipients are Brooke Bauman and Anastasia Cardinal. The Montrose Waverly Chamber of Commerce Scholarship. There's one recipient. The recipient is Elizabeth Gutron Salomon. Masonic Lodge Scholarship. There are two recipients. The recipients are Ashlie Lamphere and Shelby Dolly. The FFA Alumni Scholarships. There are six recipients. The recipients are Shelby Dolly, Lily Bobrowski, Emma Matheson, Carolyn Reamer, Blake Kreike, and Tyler Otto. The HLWW Agriculture Endowment Scholarship. There is one recipient. The recipient is Carolyn Reamer. The Omar and Verna Glessing Athletics Scholarship. There is one recipient. The recipient is Caleb Karg. The Omar and Verna Glessing Fine Arts Scholarship. There is one recipient. The recipient is Ashlie Lamphere. The Omar and Verna Glessing Vo Egg Scholarship. There are two recipients. The recipients are Blake Kreike, Tyler Otto. The Waverly American Legion Scholarship. There is one recipient. The recipient is Caleb Karg. The Waverly American Legion Auxiliary Scholarship. There are two recipients. The recipients are Melanie Jetson and Rachel Jetson. The Howard Lake American Legion Scholarship. There are two recipients. The recipients are Chance Greeter and Ethan Feeke. The Howard Lake American Legion Auxiliary Scholarship. There are two recipients. The recipients are Lily Bobrowski and Cheyenne Zitzloff. The Wright Hennepin Electric Scholarship. There is one recipient. The recipient is Emma Matheson. The Ridgeview Foundation Scholarship. there is one recipient. The recipient is Amelia Luke. And our final scholarship for the afternoon, the Buffalo Hospital Health Careers Scholarship. There's one recipient. The recipient is Brooke Bauman. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to the organization and individual contributors. Class of 2022 is the time you've all been waiting for. Class of 2022, please stand. At this time, I would like to present the class of 2022 to the communities we serve. Board Chairwoman Hoyer, these students have met the state and local requirements needed to attain a diploma from the Lake-Waverly-Winsted High School, and at the end of today's ceremonies, they will be deemed graduates of the Lake-Waverly-Winsted School District. With the front row, please remain standing and prepare yourselves for the receiving of your diploma. I request that the audience hold all of the applause until all the diplomas are handed out. Go ahead, front row. Ashlie Marie Lamphere. Caleb David Karg. Brooke Morgan Bauman. Haley Brandy Bauman. Garrett Thomas Bechtold. Kelly Ann Bernardchuk. Joseph Edward Bickman. Lily Ann Bobrowski. Drew Allen Baru. Isaac Philip Bussey. Anastasia Mary Cardinal. Brandon Robert Couturier. Lillian Rose Christensen. Travis Nicholas Cochran. Shelby Sue Dolly. Alexandra Lynn Erickson. John Henry Fairchild. Andrew Vladislav Fashim. Wyatt Christopher Fashim. Ethan Philip Feeke. Matthew Christopher Fleischman. Gracie Ann Fretheim. Dylan Paul Graingroff. Chance Anthony Greeter. Trace Anthony Greeter. Kyla Jose Grimler. Carrie-Ann Guerra Garcia. Elizabeth Gutron Salomon. Zamara Gutron Solomon. Preston David Helgeson. Faith Olivia Dressel. Katie Lynn Hoosier. Brianna Faith Houston. Sienna Ray Yastrebski. Melanie Elizabeth Jetson. Rachel Shanna Jetson. Haley Mabel Johnson. Clayton George Cadleck. Ezekiel Zachariah Carls. Trevor Philip Carls. Brian Joseph Klimick. Blake Charles Cranky. Taylor Alexis Creasel. Evelyn Rose Lockemeyer. Jonathan Michael Miles. Abigail Olivia Larson. Crystal Lopez. Amelia Marie Luke. Emma Darlene Matheson. Luke Michael James Montanez Williams. Lydia Faye Montgomery. Carmelo Northcutt. Lindsay Marie Nowak. Brooke Marie Oland. Tyler Henry Otto. Ariana Marie Paul. Jenna Marie Pelnis. Yannick Michael Penkert. Ava Abigail Peterson Price. Madigan Evangeline Primer. Carolyn Rose Reamer. Ezekiel Andrew Reamer. Kiera Jo Viola Sherrod. Carson Tyler Semang. Jace William Bruce Stokes. Jessica Lee Stephen. Gabrielle Elizabeth Torrey. Alexis Marie Tepley. Kanaya Odor Travis. Hayden Leo Van Rees. Jenna Jo Wiegert. Cheyenne Marie Zitzloff. Now request the class of 2022 to stand. Audience, please remain in the gym until the last graduate has left. On behalf of the communities of Howard Lake, Waverly, and Winsted, along with the Board of Education, the staff and faculty of Howard Lake, Waverly, Winsted Public Schools, and your families, I would like to congratulate you on receiving your diploma. At this time, to signify you are high school graduates, please turn your tassels from your left to your right. Congratulations, you are now Laker graduates.